What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
I just go to Long Island.
Editing our podcast.
Do you not go home or anything like that? You don't give a shit?
Yeah, not this year.
Yeah.
It feels the slaughter of the indigenous population.
I don't know. You know, it's funny. I don't really know.
I sent Sarah Lightfoot in my stead.
Yeah.
So like, I have come here because Mr. Mullen cannot accept the award.
He celebrates First Nations Day.
Yeah.
What? I don't really know. I figured we can talk.
What it's like to have a family?
I don't know what it's like to have love or the touch of a woman anymore. No, I don't really know anything about Thanksgiving. I thought about this. I know nothing about it.
It's just something you learn about in like kindergarten.
But
It's the first lesson.
Yeah, I've been getting into the alphabet lately.
But no, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't really know much about Thanksgiving.
What is left? What is right?
Uh-huh.
Where do I go?
What do you know about Thanksgiving, Timmy?
I know that it was white people.
Where do those white people come from? Do we even know?
A group of savage
England.
blood.
Where was it? England.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You got me there.
You remember the Pilgrims?
Pilgrims, I always assumed had some silly Swedish accents. Don't they look like they'd be Swedes?
Nope.
They seem they're white.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they look like in the book, because they're all cartoon books.
But they have British accents.
Yeah, they probably had like old school British accents.
Yeah, very old,
Like
kind of like old English accents.
Cornish accents. Yeah.
Okay.
And they came to the New World.
And that was America. Was it like? But wasn't there? Was it like Mexico?
land to get our dick sucked in.
Where did they land though?
Plymouth Rock.
That's how they
What?
talk.
Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock.
Where's Plymouth Rock?
Massachusetts.
Get the fuck out of here! You
Swear
guys
to God.
know an insane amount about
It's like
Thanksgiving.
what is it? Like an hour north of Boston?
Yeah, about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, fine.
There's a rock.
Okay, all my information is coming from Adam's Family Values.
There's a legitimate rock with like cigarette butts and condoms thrown on it.
All right,
It's literally like if you're like, I don't really know much about Halloween. You're like, okay, but what's a pumpkin? You're like, it's a squash.
Yeah.
But how does it become a jack-o'-lantern? Use a knife to.
Right.
All right.
That's-
Where'd they come up with turkey?
I mean, that stuff's
Turkeys,
all,
turkeys they were just around.
Yeah.
Were they eating turkeys regularly, or was it a thing they did just on Thanksgiving?
I mean, the holidays evolved.
I wouldn't be surprised if turkey wasn't a thing until like the 1920s.
My grandparents, you used to go around begging for Thanksgiving. Halloween, you didn't. Like, it's totally reversed.
Yeah.
Back in the early 1900s or whatever, and even through the mid-century, like, people would go out Thanksgiving. You'd beg for Thanksgiving. You'd go to houses and, like, beg for I don't know why.
Yeah,
but I swear to God, that's true.
Yeah,
it's absolutely true,
Tim,
Louis.
you fat fuck.
That's
it's true.
I'm not
it is
saying
true.
Your
that.
family would go door to door begging for dinners.
My family's just shanty Irish trash. I'm like, no, it was a holiday. I swear to God. They would just go to a house and ask. You would ask to stay there for a week.
You would threaten
That
to
was
fight people
Thanksgiving.
if they didn't give you some of their food.
Yeah, they would just give you,
Tim is a fucking family of fucking gypsies.
Yeah, it was called Get a Bag of Rice Day. They would give you a satchel. I'm telling you that. So the holidays have evolved.
My uncle would go from town to town with all of his belongings on the back of a stick.
Yeah.
And
You don't see that move much anymore. They need to bring that back.
the hobo with a stick with
Stick
all of
bag,
his.
yeah.
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 It's actually probably a more comfortable way to walk around with a bag than.
Yeah, but Christmas too. Like Christmas in like 1870 was like you would just go around beating up like Jewish people.
That was
That was
the
the
holiday.
that was
That's
the holiday.
People celebrated that way for a while.
Yeah.
It's only now that you get presents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The present used to be just beating up.
It was a gift that kept on giving. You got
Yeah.
that memory for
Yeah,
the rest
yeah.
of your life.
That
you
was
know?
Christmas.
It is funny how
This is
much
for
of,
Jesus, Jew.
how much of like American history or I guess like the West, like things change culturally that don't. Like the Declaration of Independence, like nobody gave a shit about it
Right.
until like I don't know 80 years ago.
Until they found out there was that treasure map on the back.
Yeah. Until the National Treasure movies came out,
Yeah,
nobody
this is
cared
fucking
about
dope.
it.
That's really interesting.
You know that like what is that snake flag, the Gadsden flag?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, just people think, oh, that was the original flag of the United States, and then there's like, I don't think there's any evidence of that. That it just popped
Yeah,
up.
we don't like Thanksgiving.
Like
we
a
don't even
commemorative-
Betsy
know.
Ross isn't the story?
Thanksgiving's kind of a.
Betsy Ross may or may not have.
I always imagine this bitch sewing on a new star every time a state was made. Like they made it look like it was a circle at one point. Then they made it into different fucking patterns.
No, there was. In fact, I don't think
They
she
just dug her up. Hawaii, bitch.
It was like her grandson was like, yeah, my grandma fucking made the flag, and then people were like, and we're writing that
And that's
down.
history.
Kenny Ross said his grandma made the flag.
Thanksgiving's like supposed to be a dinner where like the Pilgrims and the Native Americans sat down. They're like, let's bury the hatchet. Let's bury our differences for a night.
Bury the hatchet that you scalped my brother with.
Yeah, I don't know that ever happened. You know, I think it's.
Did that ever happen? Did they have a Thanksgiving dinner where the Indians taught the Pilgrims how to make corn?
I mean, I think it's. I don't know that happened.
And
Do you know?
turkeys?
Is that based on an actual dinner? I can't imagine.
Give us the history of the first Thanksgiving dinner.
There was
Shane.
no way
has
to
be something
verify
out there.
anything
Right,
until
I mean,
like 15
yeah.
years ago, so
Yeah.
I don't believe anything.
Yeah, I don't
Seriously,
even
there was no
know.
Snopes back then.
Yeah.
Can we Snopes Thanksgiving? Is any of this true?
There's like the dinosaurs, and then everything after that is a lie until like
Right.
1980.
Also, the dinosaurs, you don't realize like how much space they fucking like. There's like the T-Rex didn't live at the same time as the fucking Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
Right.
They were in like fucking tens of millions of years apart.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. It's all a sham. You think it's all one decade of dinosaurs just partying together, and then they die. And then what? I mean, if we should do a special episode of Real Life Podcast where we go through the history of the world.
On dinosaurs
Just like that
for children. He's like, we should do an episode for children
We can
about
all
the
dress
first
up like our
Thanksgiving
favorite
and
dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
No, we should go through the history of the world.
Were you a dinosaur kid? Were you into dinosaurs?
Kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
What was I into as a kid?
You were like a chubby goth.
But as a child,
No,
though.
as a child.
Like a little kid, what was my thing? Like my
I like Ghostbusters.
yeah, like my son, like he
likes
loves like
cross-dressing.
Mario and
He likes to dress up like a woman.
just likes one knuckle. That's it.
Yeah.
Really.
What was your thing?
I didn't really have a thing. I didn't really have toys. All my toys were like I had like 5 toys that were all broken. And fucking they always like. And then I only get
One of them was a needle, a spoon. Another one was an empty bag. Another one was, it's just.
But I didn't have like I see my kid has so many toys now. I didn't have like a shit ton of toys like that. Like I had an Alvin and the Chipmunks doll that I had from when I was like a baby to the point where I started like fucking it when I was like older. You know, like I was masturbating, and then that was it. And then that doll was
And
out of my
they
life.
took that away from you. And they got rid of that real quick.
Yeah.